What's low in calories? This is Poke5 here, coming at you with another X and Y OU battle, and today I have a somewhat funsy battle with a pretty funsy team. This is something you would not see in OU today, and my opponent has something that looks pretty standard-ish. It has a lot of physical attackers, which can be a problem, but as long as I have, like a physical wall, I should be okay. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. So my opponent's going to lead up with Skarmory to get up the hazards. I'm going to lead up with my butt cheeks because I couldn't think of a better nickname for Arcanine. As my opponent goes out into Gyarados, and I go for the Flamethrower because I want to try to take out that Skarmory ASAP to not get up its hazards. And goes up to Gyarados, and I think it's a latch ditch effort, and I'm going to go for Toxic to get some good damage on it as my opponent Dragon Dances. And here, I really don't want to stand on a Dragon Dancing Gyarados, and I'm going to switch out to Sableye, thinking it can take, like maybe a waterfall or two. No! 77%, that's way too much to stand on. So I'm going to have to go out to Vaporeon, because if you have a water attack, Vaporeon can take it with Water Absorb. So we know one of my opponent's moves, which is Waterfall. What other attacking move does it have to hit Vaporeon? Bounce. Now, as we all know, Tears, if you've seen me Pokemon Battle long enough, Tears has two functions: Wish and Protect. And we're going to go for the Protect right now and prevent any charging moves to really do anything to me, as my opponent's slowly dying from the Toxic. As my opponent, in a last-ditch effort to take me out, goes for the Dragon Dance, doesn't really work on its favor, and now Death fodders itself. Whether or not this is the smartest play of my opponent, I don't know, but there's no more Gyarados anymore, no more bulky water types to stop me. So my opponent now goes for the Stealth Rocks, and I'm going to go for the Scald, does 50% and the Burn. And from here on out in the corner, or I don't know in the corner, somewhere on the screen, I'm going to put a Burn counter because the rest of this battle is just burn crazy. And I think that's what makes it so funsy and so silly. And Skarmory goes down to another Scald. So I'm going to Protect because most Terrakions are choice. Some are that weird lead set, but because we already saw Stealth Rock on the Skarmory, we know it's not the weird lead set. So I'm free to go out to Sableye to take the Sacred Sword, considering I'm immune to it. And because anything my opponent switches in on doesn't want to take a Will-O-Wisp, I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp now. And the worst thing my opponent could go into to get a burn on is the Gliscor, because without the Toxicroak boost, it is utterly useless. So now I'm free here to recover as my opponent goes out to U-turn, just to get a good switch into something else, as my opponent goes out to Garchomp. And this is indeed the Mega of this team, because Gyarados fainted. Can't be the Mega, dead. So I'm going to go for another Will-O-Wisp on the Mega Garchomp, and that Crunch still does 25%. That's quite a bit. Now, I'm not exactly sure why you went for Crunch. You probably predicted me into a switch into maybe Jirachi or something, but still, you're better off with Earthquake. As my opponent goes for Earthquake now, action, it does a whole lot of damage. That's nearly an OHKO without the burn. And my opponent decides here, hey, if Earthquake is doing that much, maybe Outrage will do a little bit more. It does, but also my opponent put himself in a corner, because I have Sub. I have Sub, Recover, Will-O-Wisp, and an attacking move that we're going to see a little bit later on. As my opponent is now confused from the Outrage. He only got a 2-turn Outrage. Thank goodness I don't have to waste so much health on Subs. As my opponent's now going to go to the Gliscor, and I am free to get up another Sub and recover off any damage this Gliscor wants to do. Starting a little bit, sorry, a little fast. As my opponent goes for the Earthquake, and it doesn't even take out my Sub because of how pathetic Gliscor is without being a defensive set. Without being an offensive set, sorry. It is a defensive set, I assume. So now I'm going to go for the Nightshade, as that is my attacking move, because with Foul Play, it would just do half as much damage, and that's why I don't think it's as good. Will-O-Wisp, Sableye sets, I think Nightshade is definitely the superior option. As my opponent's now going to feint to the Burn this turn, as I'm at full health, and I'm ready to go, ready to burn more things, ready to stall with Sub and recover. As my opponent now goes out to the Mega Garchomp, I'm just going to give another Sub on it, because I don't know what it's going to do. It ends up going for the Earthquake, as I'm a little bit backed into a corner here, so I believe oh no, I just go for the Nightshade. Don't worry, I do switch out eventually. This isn't a complete Sableye sweep. As my opponent goes with the Sword Dance, hoping to get off some huge damage. Let me just say though that Mega Garchomp with Sword Dance is utterly devastating. I recommend more people use it as a wall breaker. That out of the way, I take it out with a Nightshade because I don't want to deal with it anymore. As my opponent goes out to Excadrill, guess what? That's another burn, ladies and gentlemen, as I got a burn on Excadrill as it begins to Earthquake. And it's still doing a pretty good amount of damage. I'm just going to Wish Protect stall a little bit here to get some HP back. And this extra drill really can't do much to me. I'm just going to Wish Protect. Beat this extra drill next turn with the good old Sexy Scald, I believe. Right? Well, I'm going to hit first. No, I'm going to Wish. Oh, that's a smarter play. Okay. I go for the Wish because he's going to die to burn this turn. It was obviously the superior play. And guess what? Because I went for Wish, now I can Protect to get full health and see what he's locked into as his last attack. And that would be the X Scissor. And as we all know, even if tiers didn't go down to this X Scissor, and the X Scissor of next turn, Arcanine could come in, Intimidate, really make this Terrakion useless. I was hoping to get one final burn with that last Scald, but it didn't happen. So I ended up burning 4 of my opponent's team members. That's ridiculous. Word of wisdom to all players of Pokemon. Don't have a Pokemon team that's solely based on physical attackers. You're going to get burned, and you're going to lose. So anyway, with that, I'll see you guys next time. And I'll see you guys next time.